Alright, so the Misfits Boxing Knockout of the Year nominees have been announced on Twitter here earlier today. And guys, right off rip, if we're basing the Knockout of the Year off Devastation, this could be a very short video and we can just go ahead and say that Fox the G takes it versus Spartan J in Fox the G's Misfit debut fight. We're going to be looking a little deeper than that today. We're going to be discussing the skill level of opponents and look at other factors other than just Devastation. We're going to get to the bottom of who the Knockout of the Year should go to for Misfits Boxing 2024. Now, before we do get into this, I do want to hear from you guys in the comments. Who do you guys think deserves Knockout of the Year for Misfits 2024? Like I said, we're going to go through this and I'm going to give you guys my opinion on who I think deserves it. I do want to hear from you guys in the comments. Let's go ahead and get into this. Now, first up here, we have Kills versus Big Tobes, who has been nominated for the Misfits Knockout of the Year. And there's a reason he's not included in the thumbnail here, guys. I'm just going to be honest with you. He's a heavyweight. We all know the heavyweight division in Misfits is pretty... I don't really want to be disrespectful here, but pretty low skill, pretty low level, low competition, whatever you want to call it. And I mean, like I said, with big guys comes big punches, which obviously leads to knockout power, knockout highlights, things like that. And this is why we're looking into it skill-wise and more things than just Devastation, because neither of these fighters are very skilled at all. I can't find a good quality video of it, so we're just going to base it off a YouTube short here. We're going to take a closer look into this, and I'm going to let you guys know why I don't think this one deserves it here at all. Like I said, only video we can find, so we have to break down the footage like this. All right, so we do have a little bit of highlights here. As we can see, good 1-2 there, honestly. In all honesty, good 1-2 from Kells there. I don't like that the back foot comes up off the ground. He's trying to get that transferred power, but it looks like he comes a little bit off balance, so the foot comes up with it. You do want to keep the foot on the ground, rotating that power over, just so you're able to keep balance. In all honesty, with this foot here off the ground, even though it is a balance issue, it wouldn't be too hard for Big Tobes to come up here with, I mean, anything really. Left hook, lead uppercut, possibly even a random overhand right. You know the heavyweights love those. So, I mean, automatically here, I'm seeing huge skill issues with Kells boxing. But it does stumble him here. Does stumble him, send him into the ropes. I mean, for a Misfits knockout, that is on the more devastating side, in all honesty. I know you guys don't want to hear it. Like I said, heavyweight division at Misfits is pretty low level. But, I mean, for a Misfits knockout, that is pretty devastating. Not boxing-wise or MMA-wise, but we're going to watch this knockout sequence one more time here. They're squared up. He gets inside. Okay, I'm trying to see if this jab lands. So jab does not land. Jab does not land. Kind of leads Tobes into bringing his lead hands down. He immediately follows it up with a straight right, overhand right, whatever you want to call it when we look here again. Like I said, I don't like the footwork here from Kells, but it is a pretty devastating punch. I just think the skill level of Big Tobes isn't really enough to make this knockout impressive boxing-wise. Misfits-wise, yes, but boxing-wise, I'm not too sure about it. Yeah, devastating. His legs go there. I mean, what can you really say here? Like I said, heavyweights, bigger guys lead to bigger punches, which leads to knockouts. Either of these guys are very high skill level. I mean, Kells did just lose to Chase Demore, and y'all know how Chase Demore is. So throw that out there. So, I mean, guys, right off rip there, for me, personally, it goes ahead and knocks out Kells from getting Knockout of the Year just due to skill level of the opponent, etc. Now, next up, we have probably the most devastating knockout in Misfits history, in my opinion. Fox the G versus Small Spartan J. Fox the G comes out in his Misfits debut and absolutely starches J here. Most devastating knockout we've ever seen at Misfits. If I'm not mistaken, it's been a while since I've seen it. I'm pretty sure he had J seizing up on the canvas. Now, even though that was Fox the G's debut fight, that is not his, only boxing experience. He did have some experience in the amateurs. I've been following the Misfits scene for a while, guys. I know my boxing here. Now, Fox the G wasn't the only one with fight experience coming into this fight. Small Spartan J has fought on Misfits before. His one main fight that I can think of off the top of my head was against Pulley Arif. He did obviously get knocked out pretty devastatingly, but he's not that bad of a boxer for Misfits. He really does have some of the fundamentals down. Now, kind of the same with the other fight. I can't find the best quality here for this clip. We're going to look into this here. My man, Small Spartan J versus Pulley Arif coming into the first round here. He's already, throwing feints, getting the level changes in. I mean, level changes with smaller guys like this, especially in Misfits, you just don't really see it too much. More of a loose stance here for Small Spartan J. He gets on the inside there, 2 body jabs. Pulley Arif goes to throw a right hand here. Let's see how J reacts. Ducks it. Good head movement from J. Gets pushed there by Pulley. Okay, what are we doing? Really like that head movement level change there. Small Spartan J does this weird thing where he lunges in with his jab and gets on the inside. He doesn't need to get that close to his opponent. It might be where he's a smaller fighter. I mean, hence the name Small Spartan J. Size-wise, he is pretty small. I don't know if maybe that's why, he has to lunge in. Maybe it's a shorter reach. I see him lunging in here a lot, and it could easily get him caught, which we know is what happened in the Fox the G fight. I mean, he got some big looping punches. Like decent power. Looks like he might have rocked Pulley there. He's got good head movement too. I like this kid. He's got good head movement. So looking at Jay here right off rip, he doesn't have the worst fundamentals. He has really, for Misfits boxing, he has pretty decent head movement. I really like the feints he's doing. Sometimes, he loosens up his guard a little bit. Kind of, swings out that lead hand, paws it out a little bit. I mean, Small Spartan J for Misfits is not a bad boxer here at all. But like I said, he does like to lunge in on the inside with those jabs when he's going to the body. And he does like to get a little too close, a little closer than I like here. And I mean, for Fox the G here, pretty much all his fights that he has had on Misfits have been pretty short fights for the most part. So we don't really have too much footage to go off of. We know he likes to let his hands go. I mean, for a smaller guy, he does have dynamite in his hands. You guys heard him leading up to the fight. After the fight, he has that skinny power. So I can attest, I'm on the smaller side too. Pack a little bit more power than people expect. So we really don't have too much footage from Fox the G Misfits wise, like I said. He did have a couple amateur fights he uploaded. We're not going to watch those and break those down just because if you guys know anything about boxing, combat sports, in the amateurs, it's a lot more point based than from real matches where, you're going for the knockout, going for power punches and things like that. The judges score amateur boxing very differently from the actual boxing. So we're not going to go off that here. And I mean, other than the amateur footage, we don't have too much to go off up here. So we're going to go into the first round here, opening up. Fox comes out strong already. Really like this movement. Now, Fox knows that he's the bigger fighter here. I mean, look at the size difference just here. I mean, he has the bigger frame, the height, the reach, everything. And with Pulley, like I said, he has some good head movement, some good feints. I like his hand positioning. He's changing levels there, almost got him caught. Level changes in the first video we watched of him, just almost got him caught there. Good jab from Fox. Fox just kind of waiting for him to throw here so he can throw a counter punch. Small Spartan J, I think he knows the size difference. I don't know if he's felt any power from Fox here yet, but I think he knows the size difference because he's very hesitant to go on the inside here. Can't really tell who's winning the foot battle here, but it looks like Small Spartan J might be on the inside. And then, oh! Okay, so as you guys can see there, he tries to pivot, you know, almost get around to the other side of Fox G. As you guys can see right there, tries getting on the other side of Fox G. Fox G picks this up, steps to the outside, turns his full frame around. And then, oh, right hook to the dome skis. Jay's out on his feet here a little bit, looks like. Then left hook, and Fox is teeing off on him, using his size advantage here. He gets in the pocket with him. Devastating knockout, devastating knockout. What I think happened here, in my opinion, I think Fox knew he had the size advantage here. I think he felt a little bit of Jay's power and knew that he wasn't scared of it. So I think that's why he just decided to step in here and go bang for bang. And oh, right hook, left hook right off the rip. A little bit of clinching up against the ropes here. I think this is where Fox decides to end it. Oh, uppercut, left hook, devastating knockout. As you guys can see, I mean, he is seizing on the ground. That's definitely the most devastating knockout we've seen in Misfits right here, as you guys can see. And he tries throwing that right, too. Good thing that right did not hit. That could have been devastating. I mean, overall, just great knockout. Textbook knockout for Misfits, in my opinion. Like I said at the beginning of the video, Fox G does have the most devastating knockout, but we're not basing it off just that. But after looking at Small Spartan J's portfolio here, he's not a bad boxer. He has most of the fundamentals down. He lunges in a little bit more than he has to, and I don't like him as an inside fighter. I mean, I know the smaller fighter kind of has to get on the inside here, but that's what got him caught in the end. Huge size advantage there from Fox G too, so we do have to take that into accountability. So far, after all of these, I do have, as of right now, Fox G winning knockout of the year for Misfits 2024. Now, next up for the Misfits nominees, we do have Joey Knight versus Baby Hulk. Now, I don't know too much about either of these fighters. I do know Joey Knight's associated with True Jordy, and I do know Baby Hulk came from the Street Beefs promotion. If it's even a promotion, I don't know what it is at this point. So we automatically know here Baby Hulk is an MMA fighter. You guys know how it goes with the MMA fighters crossing over into boxing. A lot of times it does not go good here. And Joey Knight is a pretty decent, skillful fighter. He does have decent amateur experience as well. Now, I couldn't find the footage for this fight, so we are using Joey Knight's YouTube channel. Go check him out if you guys want to. I have my face cam over him and Jordy right now. My apologies, guys. But we're gonna go ahead and go into the first round here. You can already see Joey Knight, obviously the bigger fighter. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean more power or anything, especially with Baby Hulk coming from MMA here. Okay, we're opening up. Okay. Baby Hulk coming out with the big power punches. We see that a lot from the MMA fighters coming out immediately with the power punches because MMA is a little bit different from boxing. There's not really a filling out process or anything like that. It's a lot more high pace. So Baby Hulk automatically comes out here with a higher pace, which can be dangerous if you're a boxer. Because a lot of times you're used to fighting, you know, someone else who has the fundamentals, keeps the hands up, you know, works behind their jab and shit like that. But an MMA fighter, they kind of just come in and try to take your head off. Like I said, they're not used to the filling out process here. So Joey's already kind of in deep water here, in my opinion. Power punches, trying to tee off on him. We see Joey trying to stick to the fundamentals here. Just box with him. Throwing out some nice jabs. He is southpaw too. Okay. He takes a second here for the shot selection and actually gets him caught. Now, it wasn't too big of a punishment because I don't know if it's due to the size difference or what. It doesn't look like Baby Hulk has much of a power advantage here at all. But you can see he has trouble to shot select. Gets caught right there. Yeah, Baby Hulk is not afraid to let his hands go here at all. He's not afraid to meet there in the middle with Joey. Keeping him up against the ropes a lot here so far. As we can see there, overhand and leads with the lead hook there. He is southpaw, so which is why I didn't bother reviewing his footage and breaking it down. Now we kind of just have these guys standing in the pocket, teeing off on each other. You see that a lot from MMA fighters, like I said with Baby Hulk here. Joey's kind of hopping around here, even against the ropes. Good lead left hook there. Again, I like Joey's hook. He's kind of getting teed up on. Okay, he gets himself out of that position. He's teeing off on Baby Hulk now. Really like how he repositioned himself. A lot of Misfits fighters, when they get stuck in the corner, they don't really know what to do from such low experience, so they kind of just sit there with their hands up. Joey pivoted around him, got on the outside, got him up against the ropes for a second. Very impressive from Joey there. I mean, as we can see, Baby Hulk just still unloading on this guy. No fill-out process at all for him. I know in Misfits, it's kind of harder to have a fill-out process with the shorter rounds, but he is not scared at all here. Just trying to bang with him, looks like. Okay. Now, Joey can kind of tell these punches are hurting him here. I think Baby Hulk knows that he's getting hurt, too. You can kind of see him slowing down the pace. It could be from feeling Joey's power, or maybe, you know, he unleashed too much in the beginning of the round. Who knows? Good little straight, too. Uppercut. Another hook, man. This hook's landing all night for Joey. He's getting his confidence up now, as you can tell. Almost got caught there. Baby Hulk's still a little dangerous, looks like possibly. And oh my god, devastating. Took him behind the ropes here, chat. I can't tell if that's more of like a shovel hook. I can't tell if that's more of like a shovel hook or an uppercut. I think that's more of a shovel uppercut, shovel hook, whatever you want to call it. Pretty good knockout there, man. Now, skill-wise here, Joey did have to box with Baby Hulk. Again, like I said, it is kind of hard to box against these MMA fighters just because it's a totally different sport. You think there's a lot more in common because they both throw punches and things like that, but it's totally different sport. So Joey Knight had to deal with a lot of aggression here, a lot of high-paced fighting. I mean, he took some shots too, but he gave them back, and in the end, got the knockout there. Now, skill-wise, Baby Hulk has lost a couple fights on Misfits, I do want to say. And like I said, he was coming from street beefs, MMA fighters, so not the highest skill level. But I mean, honestly, at this point, Baby Hulk was doing a little bit better than Small Spartan J was. And I don't really know who we have winning this so far, chat. Now to the last nominee for Misfits Knockout of the Year, one of my favorite all-time Misfits fighters. Actually, two of my favorite all-time Misfits fighters here. We have Salt Poppy versus King Kenny on the most recent Misfits card. I mean, guys, we had Salt Poppy out here looking like Tank versus Rolly Romero. If you guys know that knockout, it's definitely giving those vibes. Now, just because everyone's kind of already familiar with Salt Poppy and King Kenny both, I'm not going to really review too much footage here from them. I would say fundamental-wise, probably two of the most high-skilled boxers on Misfits, even though they both do have a couple losses on their record. Actually, King Kenny loses quite a bit, but Salt Poppy and King Kenny is two of the most high-skilled fighters. You have to think, you know, they both do have losses. They're facing the highest competition at Misfits, so you have to give them the respect for it. They've pretty much only taken hard fights, other than Salt Poppy's like first 1 or 2 fights, maybe. I think Salt Poppy actually fought DeWood Savage, too. I think he knocked him out. So in all honesty, I might have King Kenny here having better opponents. Now, as far as speed and power goes, I do have Salt Poppy edging Kenny here, but as far as fundamentals and just straight up boxing goes, I love Kenny. He works behind his jab a lot. He has a good right hand, too. You guys forget he has got a couple knockouts with his right hand. I like the way he frames his opponents up, you know, sticks his lead hand out there. Love it. Keeps it in his face. That can block vision and just frame them up for punches, gauge distance with it. He does it all the time. So I think I do have Salt Poppy with the power and speed advantage, and then I do think I have King Kenny with the boxing advantage here. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, who knows. God, I look fucking rough. I'm just now seeing it, chat. My bad. Now, just like I said, familiar with these fighters, we're not going to really review too much footage here. We're just going to get straight into the fight. Now, we do have the Salt Poppy King Kenny highlights here from DAZN. We're going to go ahead and get into this here. Opening up round 1 here. Kenny already teeing off on Poppy a little bit. Oh! Cracks him. This is gonna be a high-paced fight. Man, I love the way Salt Poppy just sits there and like he kind of bobs his lead hand when he's keeping his hands up. I love his stance. Love his stance. Love how high he keeps his hands as well. Very high level. Now, me personally, I still do stand by King Kenny having the best influencer boxing performance of all time when he fought Winterson Nunes on Kingpin. Just absolute textbook masterclass from him. We're already in round 2 here. Not too much going on. A couple trades here and there like that. They're getting on the inside a lot here, and you do have to remember King Kenny is orthodox and Salt Poppy is southpaw here. So already in their fight, they're kind of just getting a lot of up-close trades. They're fighting a lot on the inside. Can't really tell who's winning, who's not winning there. A lot of it's hitting gloves. Some of them's landing clean. You can't really tell. And throws Salt Poppy down. We have seen that a couple times in influencer boxing, crossover boxing, whatever you want to call it. We had it with Jake Paul versus Tyrone Woodley as well. And you would think getting slammed to the ground doesn't really affect too much, but mindset-wise, I mean, it kind of does. If you've ever been in sparring and, you know, your partner's roughing you up a little bit, kind of can take your ego away. But, I mean, obviously, as we all know now, it didn't affect Salt Poppy here. Now, Kenny's kind of working Poppy up against the ropes here. Kind of 1-2 in him. Not really landing clean, but it is having Poppy back up into the ropes. And we could see Poppy just comes in. Okay, watch him load up on this. Okay, landed clean. Right into the corner he goes. Y'all go watch Tank's knockout of Rolly Romero and tell me if that's not, like, exactly the same. Not exactly the same, but pretty similar sequence there, in my opinion. Kenny trying to show heart, man. He's trying to get up here. He's got so much heart. Love Kenny. Love Kenny. Like I said, guys, I'm pretty high level knockout from Salt Poppy there. We do know, like I said, Salt Poppy and King Kenny is two of the most skilled fighters on Misfits. So after looking into all the nominees, breaking down some footage and things like that, I'm now going to tell you who I think deserves to win Knockout of the Year 2024 Misfits-wise. We opened up with Kells and Big Tobes, like I said, heavyweight fights, big kids lead the big punches. Not really too much skill-wise I've seen from them. Pretty good knockout from Kells, but skill-wise, I got it in last place here. Now, next up, I'm going to be a little controversial here, like I said at the beginning of the video. Fox the G's knockout was the most devastating here, but just due to the level of opponent, I don't think I can give it to Fox here either. Most devastating knockout, he's definitely a good fighter. Small Spartan J did have the fundamentals down, like I said, but he still did have a couple mistakes that he made in the fight that eventually led to the knockout. I think if Small Spartan J had more boxing IQ, definitely would have turned out different. He tried standing and banging with the bigger fighter. Longer reach. In the end, it just did not work out for him. Not taking anything away from Fox the G here. Just Small Spartan J kind of, you know, made his own mistakes leading to the knockout, in my opinion. Now, next up, we did have Joey Knight versus Baby Hulk. And guys, like I said, Baby Hulk is an MMA fighter. He does come from street beef, so not the highest level competition over there. He opens up strong here against Joey Knight. High pressure, high output. Gets him up against the fence here a couple times. Like I said, you love to see it. And at times was winning the trades on the inside with Joey Knight, who is probably the more experienced boxer with his amateur picture background. And Joey Knight, man, I love that lead uppercut he was throwing all fight, and to end the fight with that shovel hook, uppercut, whatever you want to call it. Absolutely beautiful. So the way I have it going here right now, we have Kills for knockout of the year in last place, Fox the G in third place, and Joey Knight in second place, which leads me to my winner for knockout of the year 2024 on Misfits, Salt Poppy with his knockout over King Kenny. Like I said, devastation wise, it is not up there just because of the skill level that these two fighters show, the heart these two fighters show, the level of opponents that these two fighters have had. In all honesty, I'm gonna have to go with Salt Poppy versus King Kenny here. I do think it's the most impressive knockout. So yes, guys, Salt Poppy has won my knockout of the year for Misfits 2024. I don't know if you guys will agree with me or not. I do want to hear from you guys in the comments who you guys think deserves to win this. I hope you guys did enjoy my video, my opinions, and my breakdown of Misfits boxing knockout of the year. We do try to upload daily over here, so if you guys did go and enjoy the content you've seen today, make sure to like, subscribe, stick around for a while. It is free. Like I said, I do want to hear from you guys. Follow me on all my other socials, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.